something a little different today, okay? I'm doing a Q&A. So if you've been having questions and you want answers, then make sure you tune in and get into this video. Hey, Business Besties. Welcome back to another video with your girl, Lavette. And today we are doing a lab edition Q&A. It's like lab business, y'all know, general information, but it's pretty much a Q&A. And I never did a Q&A on this channel, and I wanted to switch up the content a little bit, give y'all a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I do have another video that I gotta shoot for y'all because one of my lovely subscribers requested it. So girl, if you watching this, I got you, but this one's first, okay? So I got my handy dandy tablet and we about to do a Q&A. Now, this is a lot of questions, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna be able to answer them all, not even in 2 videos. I was figuring maybe I can narrow it down to maybe like 10 this video, and then I'll do a part 2 and do 10 another video. We'll see how it goes. It just depends on the questions, okay? These are business related questions, so it's not like nothing crazy or anything like that. It's nothing personal, it's all business stuff. So I kind of wanted to do it and do a video, okay? So question number 1, what inspired you to start your lab testing business? Well, honestly, I don't think I was really inspired to do it. Like, nobody around me personally was doing a lab-based business where I could be like, hey, you know, like, how did you get into that? What made you get started in this? But what happened was I was wanting to start another business, but I didn't know what business I wanted to start. Like, if you listen to my content, you know I told y'all I was in assisted living for 12 years and I wanted to tap back into it by doing the independent living. So I knew I wanted to start that, but it was like kind of in the back burner. So handy dandy old TikTok, you know, when you be scrolling them TikTok streets, things come up on your feed. And I noticed it was this one lady that she had her own lab. She had shared her inspiring story about how she got started and how she had grown in the business. So I was more or less attracted to her content because of her personality. That is what actually locked me into her. And then as I started following her, I was like, oh wow, like I love what she does. But I guess because I was following her, other content creators that had their own labs started popping up on my feed. So then I noticed I started following them. Then I would look into like what they were doing. And I was like, hold on now. This is something that I'm actually into. This is something I feel like I can do. So over time, I just really kind of just gathered information. I did my own research. I seen what was going to be needed of me. Was I capable of doing it? Absolutely. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get into the lab business, and I'm gonna get I'm gonna do all the requirements, any type of certifications that I need. And basically that's how I really got into it. I literally was scrolling, ran across her video, liked her personality, dug into her content. Other people started being on my feed, and I just rolled with it, and now I'm here. So that's the answer question number 1. Question number 2. There's a lot of questions, so I'm just picking the ones I feel more comfortable answering. So, how did you come up with the name for your business? The name for our business, y'all, is so important. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's like one of the first creative things you can do. You know what I'm saying? Is create the name for your business. So basically how I created mine is by initials within my family. I took that because I wanted something that was going to bring in generational wealth. So way past me, my kids can get in this. My other family members can do my business. I can help them, you know, help us, if that makes sense. So I was the forefront. I was the one who mainly wanted to get it started. And so I took initials within our family and I created the name for my business. If y'all notice, if you know the name of my business, you know the name of my business. That means you be paying attention to like the little smallest things, because I really have had somebody find my business that I don't even mention because she was smart enough to pay attention to the little details, which a lot of people do online. You think that they're paying attention to you, but they're obviously paying attention to everything around you. Y'all probably know all of what's going on behind me when I'm not even advertising that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really mention my business name, and that's because I told y'all, if you know, you know. It's really not a secret, but because I don't promote my business, far as I'm not out here looking for clients on the internet. I do more of that marketing outside of the internet. So it's really no need for me to mention my business on the internet. Plus, my business is my baby. This is something that I am mothering. I am growing. I'm watching her grow. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm protecting my baby by any means necessary. But like I said, if you know, then you know. It's out there. Like I said, it's not for me to really talk about it on social media because I don't advertise on social media. And now if this was a business page, my business name would be under my business page. Like my business name would be the header. I would have my logo on there. My name would be my business name if I wanted to actually advertise my business on social media. I don't do that because you never know what can happen, what we're going to be talking about, and I would not want to put my business out there. Like social media, y'all get what I'm saying. If you get what I'm saying, like I see a lot of people use their pages, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, they use their business name, right? And things happen and people go after their business to hurt them. And for me personally, I don't bother nobody, but that don't mean people don't feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I protect her by all means necessary to the best of my ability. Also understanding that it's not a secret because at any given time, if I want to start promoting my business using social media, I'm going to use my business name, my business logo, and I'm going to put the business out there, which is probably be something that I will do. But right now, my content is sharing my story, my journey, and helping others along the way, which has nothing to do with you booking me for a drug test. You wouldn't book me for a drug test because you're trying to start a drug testing business, right? So, yeah. So I hope I was able to answer that question. I think I did. I did come up with my name using family members' initials that mean the world to me, and I feel like they can carry this business on. Question number 3. What services did you start and what do you plan to expand into? So, yeah, if you're familiar with the page, then you know I own my own clinical lab here, and I offer phlebotomy services where I do blood draws and blood testing for other companies and individuals who book with me. I also do DNA testing, different forms of DNA testing. I also do drug testing, whether it's rapid, non-DOT, DOT. And I also have notary and ink fingerprinting. Those are all the services I currently offer right now at this moment. The only thing I do plan to expand into is adding the I-9 verifications and background checks. That is something that I do want to offer in the business in the very, very near future. Before the end of this year, I will have incorporated that. So that was question number 3. Question number 4, what do you want people to feel when they walk into your lab and meet you or your team? Right now it's just me, solo dolo. But what I want people to feel when they walk in here is professionalism. When my clients come through the door, I have them sign in. I greet them, hey, how are you this morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is, they get a great introduction, okay? I don't just let them walk in and just get straight to it. I'm very professional with them. I call them by their name. I have them sign in if I know their name up front. But most of them introduce themselves. You introduce yourself. Whatever it is, they're getting a formal introduction. I have them sign into the lab, and then we go over whatever testing that they're here for. I always make sure they are very informed of what's going on. I ask them, do they have any questions prior to service and then after service? And I just try to give them the best experience, even if it is for a very short time, because I want them to come back, or I want them to remember me, even if this is not a service they need frequently. I want them to remember me. I want to leave some type of small impression on them in that short time frame where they want to come back or they want to tell somebody about me. And what they can say is when they come in here, it's very clean, it's very organized, I'm professional, I get their job done, and I cater to their needs in that small time frame. You know what I'm saying? Some of us even laugh and kiki depending on the situation. So that's what I want them to feel when they walk away from doing any type of service with me. So that was question number 4. This is question number 5. What services are most in demand in your area? Honestly, in my area, pretty much a lot of the labs offer the same thing, which is why I wanted to be competitive. Everybody may not offer all 5 of the services. Some people might only offer 3. Some people might only offer 4. But a lot of us offer the same services. Like they might do drug testing, ink fingerprints, and background checks. But now I have phlebotomy. They may not offer phlebotomy. Now some of the bigger labs in the area, they do the drug test and phlebotomy, but they might not offer the fingerprints. And so we all are very similar. When I did my marketing research, I did find that we are pretty much very, very similar in what we offer, which can be good and bad, because some labs that's been around, I noticed when I was calling a lot of companies, they already had labs that was their preferred lab. That's who they worked with. So it was kind of hard to come in and say, hey, I understand you have a lab. I can be a backup for you. You know what I'm saying? I can be someone that if they can't get you in today, you can give us a call and we can come in for you if need be. Some people are interested in that. Some people are not. But it's Georgia, y'all. Everybody, it don't matter what industry you're in, you're going to have hundreds of thousands of people doing the same thing as you. Whether it's in your neck of the woods or right down the street, it doesn't matter. It's just overpopulated. It is very oversaturated in some things. Did I allow that to stop me? Absolutely not. Because I feel like if it's something I want to do, I'm going to do it. I still feel that there is a need in the area, and my lab being new, less than 6 months old, has shown me that there is a need, and you can put yourself out here where it's already said to be an oversaturated market. Question number 6, how do you handle mobile or on-site collections? That is a good question, because my lab is open and I do mobile collections during on-site hours. Yes. And the reason why I can do that is because most of the time people will call you to schedule to come in. So if I'm already out and about, or I already picked up a mobile collection and someone called me and say, hey, can I get in for fingerprint today? Well, if depending on what time I'm doing it and what time that mobile collection to be done, then I just try my hardest to schedule them around it. If I can't, for whatever reason, they can't come later on that day, or if it's already in the evening and they can't come the next morning, then they do have the option to go somewhere else. I mean, there's a lot of us around, and most likely they will. But my goal is to maximize, and unfortunately, if I don't have someone scheduled, I don't like to just sit around waiting for walk-ins when I can go out here and market. I can go out here and do a mobile collection versus just sitting here, you know? So I make it work for me to the best of my ability. Does it get challenging sometimes? Yes, especially when you have a client that is very, very demanding and they want to get in right then and there. And it's like, no, I'm already obligated to something, and this is what I'm doing. Now, if you have help in your business and you have someone who is trained on the things that you are trained on, where you can do mobile or they can do mobile and you can be on site, then that would be even better. Then you don't really have to take any losses. I don't take a lot of losses. It has been a few occurrences where they'll say, okay, I get it, I understand, you can't give me, okay, I need this done today, I'm going on over here. And that's perfectly fine, because you put yourself in that situation. I don't take it as a bad thing, you know what I'm saying? Because one person walk out, you might get 2, 3 more, you know what I'm saying? So don't look at it as a bad thing. You just got to work with what you got at the moment. And as you grow, which we'll talk about growth, then you'll be able to fill that void. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm doing the best that I can, offering mobile and on-site collections, with me being the primary, owner and provider for my business. I believe this is question number 7, but it says, how do you decide your pricing structure for each service? Honestly, doing the pricing is not bad. I know a lot of people get stuck on the prices, but if you do your market research and you kind of know what other people, even if they're not in your area, is charging for something, you can have chat help you break things down. You know what I'm saying? So to me, pricing was actually not that bad once you actually break down all the services, because drug testing is more than just drug testing. There's different parts of drug testing and different ways to get paid in the drug testing, business. So with that in itself, same with DNA. Every DNA test is not going to be the exact same. Only thing that pretty much stay consistent is the fingerprinting. because even with phlebotomy, there's different tests. So there's going to be different prices. So what I did is I did my market research. I seen what other providers in my specific area within a certain mile radius was charging. I wrote their prices down to my services, and I did, okay, this, if there was any fees that I had to pay, then I made sure I wrote those down to get down to my final, because I know what I need to profit. So the pricing honestly was not hard for me at all. If you know what the services are, you know what other people is charging, you know your fees and what it's costing you to do these services or get these services to the lab, then it was kind of easy to go ahead on and do my prices. So question number 8, what steps did you take legally to set up your business? Well, legally, because I am an entrepreneur and I done been through things in the past where I done started businesses and they had took off way faster than what I expected them to, and the money was rolling in and I had to grab staff real quick and I had to set up office. It was just things that happen so quick beyond your measures. You don't think sometimes you want to be successful in any business that you do, but sometimes you don't know how fast that success can come, and before you know it, by the time you sit down to go back and do things, you done got so far off. So now with me, not saying that you as a new business owner have to do anything, you do what's best for your business. I know for me now, because of previous situations, that I just rather do them in the beginning. So yes, I do EIN, LLCs, I do the business bank accounts, I do everything structured. And if you need help structuring your business, I do have an e-guide. It's only about, I believe, $20 or $30. And it tells you how to structure your business properly. That includes address, faxes, like everything that you need long-term to be successful in your business. But also if you want to get business funding later on, you know, because of course you have to build business credit to get business funding. But if your business is not set up properly, nobody's going to take you serious. They're going to look at you like you couldn't even take the time out to structure your business properly. And you think we about to give you $50K to help you with that same business that you didn't take serious. So yes, for me, I did all of the things I was supposed to do, and I feel good about it, because once everything pop off and as it's growing daily, I don't have to turn around and worry about going back and getting any of those things. They're already set in place. That's one less thing I have to worry about as my business is continuously growing. So and all my certifications as well. I didn't want to start things and wasn't certified. I know personal people that will do some stuff and they're not certified and they're doing it and they're making money off of it. I'm not that person that's willing to risk it. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just do it right and not have to go backwards if possible. Question number 9, what were your biggest challenges you faced in the startup phase? The biggest challenges was making sure I stayed within budget, because in the beginning, we all know that you have more going out than you have coming in. So sticking to a realistic budget was very important to me. And if that meant I have to sacrifice some things, I was okay with sacrificing things, like not getting my hair done, not getting my nails done, not eating out as much, not doing so many activities, because I think I told y'all in the previous video, I had a specific budget for this. Yes, we have savings, but we also have real life bills and a family and kids and stuff like that. So I was not willing to drain my savings. You know, I took a certain percentage out, put my stuff to the side, and I used that. And as I started seeing it dwindling, I was like, okay, you know, you got majority of the bulk stuff that you needed. Now it's little petty stuff, it's little minor stuff that you need, you know, that you have to get. And also remember, when you first started, unless you were marketing way before you actually opened, or you maybe started mobile and you already kind of built the clientele for yourself, when you're doing on-site, you have bills, you know what I'm saying? Like you have your rent, you know, whether it's a building or a suite or whatever it is, you have overhead now. So for me, that was that was probably the biggest challenge, was staying within budget, not going over budget, and having to sacrifice things that I normally don't like to sacrifice on. But it wasn't worth it? Absolutely. Am I here now? Yes. Is my lab paying for itself? Absolutely. So everything that I had to go through, it was worth it. So if you on the other side of this video and you watching me, just know that little sacrifice, that little savings can get you a long way. Okay. We're gonna end part 1 of our questions with this last one. And then I'm gonna do another Q&A, part 2, with maybe 10 more questions. Is that fair? I think so, because I don't want the video to be too long and I don't want to gotta edit it, especially because I have to keep stopping and starting and stopping. That's a lot of little small edits, nothing too crazy. But question number 10, have you considered franchising, mobile expansion, or multiple locations? Before I answer this, if you made it this far in the video, sis, bruh, and you ain't like, share, comment, or subscribe, you ain't left me no comments, you ain't got your post notifications on, then I don't know, I'm feeling some type of way. Because if you think these videos is easy, you know, you gotta be a little creative up here. Cause what's next? You know what I'm saying? So I love to bring these videos to y'all, and I want to keep bringing these videos. And the more y'all pour into me, the more I'm going to pour back into you. So please make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Please leave me a comment. I don't care what it is. It could be some emojis over here. Just leave me something. Let's get me into the algorithm. And y'all know we on the road to 1K, okay? And we can get there. I need y'all help to get there, okay? I'm going to keep producing these videos, but I need y'all to keep engaging, okay? So have I considered franchising? No, I haven't thought about franchising yet. I know that there are companies that have in our lab industry that has franchise, and they are doing very, very well right now. Because I'm less than a year in, franchising is not something that I want to do just yet. I want to put my foot in it. I want to really make my mark on it. I want to make sure it's headed the right way. I can come back and maybe answer this question in about a year or 2. But for right now, franchising, I don't know. Mobile expansion, I already do mobile. Yes, I am going to be 1099 in some contractors and helping other people get certified as I grow, because it also said, do I want multiple locations? Yes. Even though I don't want to franchise, franchises what somebody else can buy into your brand and with your same setup model, and you know, everybody can make some money. My thing is, I don't mind having multiple locations because I am in Georgia. And Georgia is huge. And yes, there's a lot of people that have labs, but you can, if you're willing to invest, if you're willing to invest, you can find the information you need where it can tell you the best place to put your location. So yes, I do plan to have a couple locations, not too many. I don't want to put a limit on myself. I don't know what God is going to bless me with. I'm going to follow his lead on that. But far as me thinking ahead of the game, yes, I do want multiple locations. Yes, I will be hiring 1099 contractors to work with me. And also I do have my family that is also going to be getting certified where they need to be. And we're going to make this a big family business, which I'm super excited about, which is why I kept my family name in the title, because I want this to last way beyond me. And these are services that are going to be forever needed, you know. So hey, if I already start now, who knows what's to happen. I believe in great, amazing things happening with my lab and with my business and for my family. And we're going to continue to grow here and other businesses as well. So with that being said, y'all, that's the end of the video. I believe I did ask and answer all 10 questions. And like I said, part 2 will be coming up. I'm actually about to record it right now while I'm here, or at least I think, maybe not. Okay, y'all, that's it. That's the end of the video. Till the next time. Peace.